Hello and welcome to Wheloon Prison, scene of our level 28 episode of the Battles of Brother Purple. We're sitting here having been through three of the quests with the Bear's Cleric build. I can't tell you, having done the fourth one on my own on the same difficulty, how different it is. It's a real, especially when you're. I mean, most of these things end in pitched battles, don't they? And there's a boss to contain. If I sit on the boss and the cleric is behind, doing the heals and the AOE stuff, it's such a luxury. I won't say we were killing things quickly, but we were getting the job done with little danger of death. And as soon as the cleric disappeared, well, she picked a bad one to disappear for, because I think of all the bosses, including the end chain one, the worst one, I don't think it's even open to debate, is Karleth, isn't it? The chain swinging crazy guy with the howlers. I I tried initially standing toe to toe with him with the cauldron, and that worked for as long as my cheaty Hood of Unrest dodge bonus lasted, because that would have given me close to 100 dodge, wouldn't it? 50 plus 90. I guess I'd have been on 90. I think 95 is the cap for that, isn't it? So we were almost unhittable. And as soon as that wore off, he started absolutely chunking us down. I mean, he was taking like a quarter, if not more, of the health in one shot, which I suppose is where we're being found out, aren't we, with our lack of PRR. Um, I did manage to prevail there, but there was an extreme amount of cheese involved, using the wings and the heal renewal to just try and stay up, and then a lot of the incinerating wave to get rid of the trash, the howlers around him, and waiting until this heal was off cooldown and just clipping him with that and then running away again. It was pretty painful. And then at the very end, when the cauldron had come off cooldown again, I stood toe to toe and just chunked the last bit off him. But I wasn't particularly proud of myself doing that. Having said that, the monk does give you other ways to win against with other characters, maybe slower speed. Maybe Karleth can keep up, and you've no way to keep yourself alive. So, where was I going with that before the phone interrupted me? Yeah, it's nice to have. We've seen it once before in a quest that should have been lost. Um, that one in the harbour tunnel chain, the Lords of Dust chain. Was it the Servants of the Overlord with the big boss at the end, and we were really struggling and having to run round a bit, and eventually managed to prevail. So nice to have those options, but my God, you've got to be aware that you certainly can't stand toe to toe with things without assistance in the Reaper difficulty, where the healing's nerfed. On Elite, I think there'd be no problem, because this heal would be big, and this ticking renewal, provided you've put some healing amp on, would be great. It's just nerfed. It's still worth casting, but nerfed enough by the Reaper mode that you run into trouble. It's a lot better used as a top up in between fights. You kind of get found out when the boss fights go on quite long, which they tend to do because single target damage is not the strength of this build, or probably not any strike through build, I would say. What else have we got noted down? Yes, the wave, the incinerating wave, was incredible versus shadows, or I suppose you could say any kind of AOE is very good against shadows. Um, I'm liking what I call the zoom and boom strategy. Zoom with the wings, boom with the lotus, and finish with the whirlwind after everything's been damaged by the lotus and hopefully stunned. And that's pretty effective against groups. Against single things, still the quivering palm and the two bird attacks, the two single target bird attacks are nice. Depending on what I want, the knockdown one can be nice, because a lot of stuff is shielded against the, like death warded against the quivering palm, but can still be blinded and or knocked down, so you still do have some defense against it beating up on you. Especially what do they call them, the orange bosses, not the end bosses. They're vulnerable to those, aren't they? And since I changed the colours of those, I can see clearly when I can use the bird attack and maybe have a success there. For the feat at level 28, we took the law feat, embodiment of law, so it's giving us 3 physical resistance. Our MRR, remember, is capped and has been for some time at 55, but more important than that, there's also 2 imbue dice, so we're up to 12 imbue dice, so that's quite nice to have. One of you had asked me recently about the mirror quest and the path through it, so I thought we could have a go. Hopefully we won't do as bad as we did in the Chains of Flame. Maybe show you the way I like to go through. Okay, so mirror on the bar. Sometimes you can avoid tricky situations just by hitting the mirror before things spawn to grab you, and just go into the other instance.
Then suddenly you are pulled into the shadow film, and the reflection becomes reality.
If you don't know the quest, there are 4 light orbs and 4 darkness orbs, 2 on each level, 2 on the ground floor and 2 on the upper floor of the building. And when you've got those, you come back to this central area and you put them into these, or you can't see them because I've changed instances, into these pedestals here. Anytime you're faced with a blank wall like that, change instance and you'll find a way to progress. So you see the range there, that howler was way out, or I thought way out of my way, and he still got stunned by the lotus thing. Oh, hello. Bird is still as effective as ever.
A nearby shadow orb resonates
Just
with
grab
magic.
that.
You should gather any more you find.
So I've left the map up so you can see where we're going. Again, blockage, transfer the instance.
There has to be another way around it.
Make sure there's nothing behind us. Not today, sir, not today. Okay. So that's the second one. Now you can just DDO back to the start, but in the interests of showing you properly, I'll go back on foot. Me and my big mouth. Why did I do that? Bird, help me. Thank you. Okay, so blockage again. Orb. Mirror rather. We're back where we started. I'm gonna go the other way now. Mirror. Sending our wave through first as a bit of a calling card and to draw them out. Now this one we've got some howlers on the right, but if you're quick we can mirror as soon as we get through the door and not have to face all that rubbish down there. We did get a couple of shadowy things, but preferable to facing all the howler stuff, I think. Says he losing half his health on the shadows.
This door has been blocked off.
Okay, that thing, I think the knights would have taken care of it. I didn't need to bother with it. Now here, be very careful, because when you transfer into the middle of a melee. So I'm going to hit the cauldron as soon as we transfer. Are they all gone? Happy days. Maybe that was a bit overkill. I think the Lotus would have taken care of it. Again, mirror. Same again. Oh, hello. Again, we see the nice long range on the stun. I seem to have forgotten to use the quivering palm, although we're not drowning in Kiawe, so maybe that's for the better. So this is the last one on the ground floor. You see how the things coming through all had more or less half health. So it's just a nice, just like Wagon said, a nice way of, a nice sort of greeting opening shot, the wave, to weaken the stuff so that you don't have to really hammer it to kill it. Again here, we're going to be teleporting into the middle of a fight. So getting ready on the cauldron. And the big attack. Okay, pretty good. Pick up the orb, so that's the last one on the downstairs. So you can see the stairs marked on the map. And you can see we have to go through the mirror again to access them here. We've got 2 of each light and dark orbs. We want 2 more from the top floor now before we go back to the main room. Bird. Ah, that was the first quivering palm. Slow. I've kept the haste potions on me to get rid of the slow, and it didn't work. Charming. Again here we have a situation where we're going to teleport into the middle of a mess, so let's get ready and use the cauldron. Again, probably overkill, but if I manage to get to the end and show one or two of you a nice path through here, I'll be happy. Don't like those slow ward things. Would they, maybe the freedom of movement thing would stop that? Now we've got a lot of things coming here, so the wave will be a very good ploy, I think. Wait for them to all come in and then just massacre them with the Lotus. You took some killing, my word. Fair play. So, this is one that's easy to miss. This little cubby hole to the side here. If we change the instance here, this opens up and we get a dark orb. Now if you want an optional, there is a beholder down there as an optional. I'm not going down there on Reaper against the beholder, so good luck if you do decide to go there. Although I could actually maybe I will reconsider that, because I've omitted to tell you what we took epic destiny wise lately. We have more double strike and immune to energy drain, so as far as I can tell, he shouldn't be able to do too much to us, the beholder, should he? So let's man up and show you the optional. Let's lead with the bird. Get the cauldron in. Oh my god. He's gonna make me come out of the cauldron, isn't he? The bugger. Get some nice bleed damage on him. I think we're probably Beholder's worst nightmare now with this this immunity to level drain. We would also be very good, I guess, in the centre of the Dryad raid against the horses. Just sneak a quick healy thing in there. So we're not exactly setting any speed records, but we got him without danger of death. Happy days. This chest almost always, if not always, drops a feedable if you were looking for such things. For your sentient weapon. Okay. So we're on towards the last one. Last light orb, which is in here. Now again, this is another one of these where you will switch the instance. I'll tell you what we'll do, we'll just recoup our health before we do that. Whenever you see a little table like this, that's a good indication there's an orb present in the opposite instance. If we were quick enough, we could go in with the mirror, snatch the orb off there, DDO out to the start without having to face all the stuff here. But I'm going to pretend we don't have a DDO, so we're going to have to face the stuff. So I'll use the cauldron strategy.
A shade appears from out of the darkness. She seems to have been expected.
Now we don't have to kill this thing. Oh! We do have to kill that. Go on, we're sort of halfway there, aren't we? I might as well try and kill her. She keeps disappearing, so if you're looking for a quick completion, it's probably not the best idea to stick around and try and kill her. We'll grab the orb.
Light orbs on their pedestals to grant further access to the nexus.
keep the bird attacks coming. Oh, we're taking some damage there in that cloud.
You can deliver the final blow.
Okay.
Oralex deliberately falls on her dagger. The assassin is too proud to accept defeat
Happy
by
days.
one such as you.
So, if we don't have a door, we would just mirror. Go to this set of stairs down here. Now be careful, there can be a couple of things down here. Not this time. Again, mirror. Back on the ground floor. Retracing our steps from earlier. Coming back into the main area. And we'll have to mirror again to be able to see the pedestals to put the orbs in.
You take a quick
Mirror
glimpse
again
into
to
the
make
mirror.
the bridge
A
appear
of
here.
solid darkness has formed inside the shadow.
Although I guess we could have
These
flown
light
across
crystals are
with
dormant,
the
but
wings.
still radiate a subtle magical aura. The barrier of light disappears, allowing you to
That's
perceive.
one source of real sadness, that we're coming to the end of the 2 lives that we would have had the wings for, the favoured soul and the monk. And I can honestly say I've really enjoyed. It's taken me a while to get used to having them, but I've really enjoyed having that.
Well played. The Shade applauds. You've certainly done a better job.
So
of
now it's
damaging
just a
my
question of
operation than
chasing
this
him
fool of a captain.
between the
I shall force you
instances.
to watch as I destroy you.
Try and keep the health up. I could always wait a bit before teleporting for the health to come back again.
Simpletons. My sorcery allows me to exist in both light and shadow at once. An easy deal.
Chucking in the AoEs to try and help us. Oh, something hit us big time there. Was that a magic missile? Do we still have our... Oh, maybe not. Let's get our things back. Make sure the weapon is covered. Shield. And Death Ward we're not too bothered about anymore, are we? I'll put it on anyway. I guess it covers... Does it cover ability damage as well as level drain? I don't... Death Ward, I don't know. So he's still taking ticking damage from the bird. Let's try and get rid of all these at once. That was beautiful. And in the meantime the bug has escaped. Oh god, I can't see what the hell I'm doing yet. And he's buggered off again. Heal self up again. So you see, this ticking heal, it tops us up, but when actually engaged in combat, it's just not enough to deal with repeated big attacks against us. Is he going to stick around this time? Don't you be wasting my cauldron, matey. Oh, he's buggered off. Wonderful. Let's heal again then. Oh, we took a big hit there from somebody. That's not cool. Okay, let's just heal. Not accepting defeat so close to the goal. Come on. I think it can be a bit laborious, this. Obviously, the more people you have in your group, the quicker you'll be able to beat the guy down. Hopefully he'll stick with us this time. I think I missed him with the big attack. Come on. Yes. Thank God for that. And there we have it. Happy days.
Over the scroll, destroying the connection between the Oldstone Hall and the Shadowfell.
Hopefully that showed the well, a path through. I don't claim it to be the optimal, it's just the one I've memorized. And that's it for our level 28. I'll very likely pick something. Well, actually we could do something from the Delira's level 27 chain instead. I was going to pick something from the what goes up as the final one, because we had one from there last time, the epic finish. I mean from the Stormhorns rather, not the what goes up. We could do what goes up as a bit of a comparison, see how this monk gets on by comparison to the favoured soul. I mean, the one thing he's not going to have is worries over mana, is he? The key generation will be so plentiful unless he literally is using the quivering palm all the time, which in that one he won't be. It'll be all sorts of AoE stuff, won't it, because they all come in groups there. So I'm tempted to try that one, but we did have it last time and I like to do a bit of variety. Maybe we'll go for the army camp one instead and see if the anti-knockdown thing really does what it says on the tin. I think that's it for this one. Thank you very much as always for looking, and we will see you in the next one. Take care.